M0FXB, welcome back to my Mazzy dog walks. Mazzy's completely happy, got a ball, I'm kicking it, and she loves it. So wow, let's talk DMR. So I posted a video in my shack just tinkering with DMR, and I did, say it's about how complicated it is. And the amount of people that have messaged that have said they've got a DMR radio, they've never used it, or they don't use it because it's too complicated. It's so true. And I'm one of those people, but obviously because I've made tutorials, and I suppose trying to teach people is the best way to learn. So after years of it, I can do it with my eyes closed. But don't get me wrong, it doesn't make me clever. It just means that I've spent thousands of hours tinkering with it. DMR's flipping hard to learn. It's literally that simple. And the main reason is most ham radio people, and even CB radio users, they tune to the channel, they turn up the volume, turn down the squelch, they're talking to someone straight away. And it's very easy to go click, click, click and buy a DMR radio. It's very easy to buy any radio. And you think, yeah, I'd like to listen to DMR. It'd be interesting because the DMR's really busy. So why is DMR so hard? Why do people find it so hard? I'll tell you why. Because there's like 6 things that you have to do in one channel. And if you don't get them all right, you don't hear anything on the radio. You put in the frequency and the name, you think, well, that's okay. And then someone will say, well, you put in the talk group number. A busy one is talk group 91. You think, well, that's okay. Well, I can't hear nothing. And even when you try and put the talk group number in, you can't. Why not? Because you have to create a contact. So you think, what has the word contact got to do with a talk group? I completely get it. The contact is the talk group, but you have to put them into a list first. So you create the talk groups in a list that you want to use. When you put them in the channel and you press transmit, it transmits on that talk group number. So then it's like, well, okay, what's the difference between a private talk group and a group talk group? One is the ones that we all use, and the private one is an individual user, or it can be commands. That alone. But then someone will say to you, okay, don't forget the color code, don't forget the time slot. Color code is like a filter. Time slot is effectively, in my way of describing it, is that the channel's been cut in half, so you can use the channel twice, which from a business point of view was genius, really. Genius, because a lot of businesses are using the DMR system, and it was created as a business system. And when some people message me and go, oh, it's not for ham radio, sorry about my voice, it's a business system. Yeah, but hams, this is the whole thing about ham operatives. They will get a business system, and they've done it with not just DMR radio, they've done it with several applications. Look at sort of the business phones that people have in their offices, which is ultimately uses the asterisk system, if I'm correct. That's been converted, and then what's that system called? Ham Radio Shack or something. I've literally forgotten what it's called, but it's a business phone. But isn't that just one small example? So yeah, you've got the talk groups, the color codes, but then someone will say, well, look, if you don't put this channel that you've just created with all these different parameters into a zone, you're not even going to find it. So people are like, zone? What is a zone? It's a group of channels, and you can create a zone for, say, your digital repeaters, and then you can create another zone for your analog repeaters. You could create another zone for airband, another zone because the RT4D does airband, another zone for PMR. It's groups. Okay, so then someone will go, oh, just use manual dial, right? So what happens? Someone sends you a code plug. Oh, code plug, what's that? Code plug is the software on your PC that you send to the radio to add everything. And then straight away, most people that buy radios are not used to having to program it on a PC. I mean, you can program using the radio, you can, but it's quite long-winded. But to be honest, I do it like that quite often. And there's a whole new learning. Oh, I've got to learn how to use a computer to connect to my radio. I need a cable, I need a driver, I need software, I need the right software, I need the right version for the radio. The radio might have an older version of firmware. So you're starting to get it, yeah? When people say, can someone please make a video that makes DMR easy to understand? There's no such thing as easy to understand DMR. You have to, when you go click, 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 that is easy. Getting money and going click, 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 and imagining using the radio, that's super easy. When you get it, and if you have zero experience, and if you haven't watched videos, because I would say reading the manual is the hard way to do it. Watch lots of videos, because then you've got the whole hotspot thing. Well, why have a hotspot? What is a hotspot? Imagine you've got a DMR repeater on a hill. That's linked to a hotspot, really. It's linking your radio to the internet and the servers that are running all these talk groups. So the short, or the very long answer is, there is no easy. There is, buy a DMR radio, work hard, because you've taken that step into the digital world of ham radio. And you're gonna, if you really truly want to do that, you are gonna have to work hard and learn. And even when you do learn, you're gonna forget. This is why I started making videos in the first place, was for things like this, because I forgot after 1 or 2 days. I would literally completely forget how to do it. It's so complicated. You don't remember that just using it once or twice or even 10 times. You remember this after using it 1,000 times. So there is no easy. So I'll just end by saying that if it was me and I wanted to try and listen to something easy, I would turn on the radio, work out how to get it into VFO mode, and type in the frequency of my repeater, as long as it's strong, otherwise you'd have to get a hotspot. Then I would try and put the radio into the mode where it just hears everything. It's known as promiscuous mode, but not all radios do that, but many do if you get the 878. And at least you can listen. That's the easy way. The Anytone 878 allows promiscuous mode. Some of the cheaper radios do. But, you know, just, you've got to take the leap, basically. But thanks for watching my videos. And to all the people that say, I just chucked it in the cupboard, I can't be bothered with it. I don't blame you. I don't blame you, but C4FM is the easier one. You put the frequency in, put your call sign in the radio, and it works. Bye for now.